Let's just get organised. So lady. Hi! I'm a bit early, so I'm just organising myself. You can say hello to each other. Check on each other. Just click that so make sure I see all of you. So I thought I'd come down here this evening. But I need to make a bit of space first. Oh. We have got Molly with us today down here. Oh, I had a baby grow for you, Molly, and I've left it, I think. Yes, I've left it. Say silly mummy. Left it at the house. Have we got anybody else who's come in yet? So I see Becky and I see Rachel. So we're early, guys. So I am just going to nip back up the house and get a baby grow I wanted to try on Missy. You can have a look out the window, look, if you like. So back up the bungalow. There we go. It is a beautiful out there. Absolutely beautiful. Oh, right, now I can get comfy. Let's get comfy. I'm trying to figure out a campsite here. So people are still not here. What I'll do is I'll turn you around and you're going to be the first ones to see it. So I'm trying to, when I make scenes, I always place things, I think about things. So my middle daughter got me the caravan for Christmas. I don't want to block out the light, but I'm going to have to for a bit. There we go. So here I want to make like a camping set station. This is not how it's going to be. But this is, yes. And then that belonged to the Irish grandparents who were in their retirement, decided to follow me over, didn't they, that time? But I put that tree here just to give it some sort of like semblance of size and scale and what I'm thinking about doing. So when you go to a campsite, in a lot of places, you have like a barrier. So I'm trying to think of how I'm going to build, how I'm going to make a barrier to go along here. And then this is the popcorn selling cart that I got. And look at these little seal babies in their little shell pram. Oh my gosh. So I still think I want to make this, but the stones are a bit too big for this scale. Not that it really matters, but hi Libby, you're not late. I was just early on and I'm just wittering away down here. I just need to get some more, I need to get some stuff to place down. The sun is making it roll up, but anyway, it's just all placed here for me to think about. And that's what I do. I spend a lot of my time thinking about stuff. But I'm very, very, very happy with this whole scene up here. I'm very happy with this whole scene. And then, so once I get the camping area sorted, see the nurselet there? She's keeping an eye on that little fairy girl that's watering the plants. So I'm keeping an eye on her. She's keeping an eye on her, I mean. So I've got Molly in here. And then I've got a new set that I found to show you. And I've got some new vintage toys to show you as well. I've videoed them, but you're going to get first look at them tonight. But I videoed. But there's Miss Molly sat in the cot. And we just got wheels all around because Jack just loves coming in here now and pushing the prams and playing with the wheels, spinning the wheels up here. He is just loving. He loves coming in here. But I've got a new pram frill, so I'm going to show you that tonight. And the pram frill is going to be going. Oh, Libby, your reborn that you're doing is looking lovely. I think the pram frill is going to go on this pram. This is a carry cot on wheels, they call it. And it is what I had when my eldest daughter was born. And at the time, the theme everywhere was clowns. And my dad loves clowns as well. Well, loved clowns. And so hence why I've got some clown bits and pieces here. So it was really like kind of like this. It was in the 80s, it was all these primary colours. And then in the 90s, you started getting into the pastel colours. So I've got a new pram frill that's going to reflect that because I want to get... Hi, sweetie. Hi, sweetie. Just say hello to everybody. I'm early, aren't I? Yeah, I'm early. So I just said, just come in, say hello. And well, I organised myself. And I need a pram frill for this one. So I need to take a picture and send it to Amy and Joe and see what they can come up with as a pram frill for here. Because I want to get all my prams out and put them all out in the garden, all my pushchairs, get them all laid out and just put them out on display. Just get me a videos that I can watch over and over again because I love my prams, as does Jack. And I love my double. I just need to get that out again. And we love you in the double, don't we, Molly? Hi, Ruthie. Nice to see you here. You love the liner. Of which one? This one, sweetie. This one is my favourite. Absolutely beautiful, these are. And there's only really one company now that does really, really pretty prams like this over here, and that's Cassato. But yeah, I'd like to get something to go around. Maybe, I don't know. Definitely want something to bring it out. But yes, this one. Yes, it's beautiful, isn't it? And the others that I've got, because this is a Wayfarer. So the others that I've got, they don't have the same, like, they don't have a... This one's just plain navy inside. Because this was the last one. Oh, no, I sold that. There was one I sold, and it was the last one that was ever made in waterproof material. Oh, look, here's my manservant. Hang on. I know you all loved seeing my manservant, didn't you? I might need to censor his belly or his nipples. Okay, we might need his nipples censored. There he is. There's my manservant. Breathing in. Breathing in. Makes your nipples stand out more, Russ, breathing in. Watering the plants for me, bless him. He's gonna go and water his You've got tomatoes there in your patch, put the wrong one in the wrong place. Oh, right. Russ has got tomato feed in that watering can, and he's just watered my flowers down here that I've got to pot. But our veg up there is just bombed on. It's growing so well. So well. Hello, Sherry. So lovely. Lovely, lovely, lovely to have you here. Absolutely lovely. Hi, Ruth. Hi. I was just showing off my manservant because he did get, you know, from my video of our holiday, he did get some likes. He's just watered my plants. I was hoping to get them in today, but the weather was not great for me to have Jack outside in the garden today. And so we spent most of the day in, and then the sun came out probably about 4 o'clock. It's come out and it looks really nice now. But yeah, they're saying hello to you, love. Yeah. All right, that's it. Does that make you feel good? He's a fine specimen of a man. So yeah, I was talking when I first started. He's doing a great job, Ruth. He is a good chap. I tell you, I couldn't be without him. He's such a good husband, good bloke. He's a nice bloke to know. Even if he wasn't my husband, he's still a nice man to know. So I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to do this. So it always takes me ages to figure out how I'm going to do things. And I was saying at the start, this is going to be the campground for the Sylvanians. And I'm just trying to figure out where I'm going with it, what I'm doing. This isn't staying, because that's fine, Ruth. And I feel so sorry for you because, well, I don't know how that is now, but I did. It's horrendous. These stones are too big for this display, really. But that's the little popcorn set that I bought. It's so bloody cute. It's got little popcorns, buckets of popcorn in it. And I'm guessing, yeah, these are Cheerios. Churros. I don't have them here. There. Your mum, my mum, bitch. And those are bananas dipped in chocolate. So that was interesting. So I got Mrs. Hammy is coming over. So they're all getting situated, and we're thinking about where we're going with that. But I do have some new things to show you. I know, I really am, Ruth. It just takes me so long to get it in my mind how I want it. Do you know what I mean? Just takes me so long. And there's the lovebirds. There's Bert, who started it all, and Daisy, the little lovebirds. I love them too. So when people say about reborns being a hobby, you all know, for me, they are not a hobby. Oh no, someone's fallen over. Don't fall over. You break your neck, and you need your big long neck. Hey, come out here. There you go. Maybe a car. Hi, Chris. Hi, Chris. So yeah, I've bought, I couldn't resist them. I've done a video, but you'll see them now before the video gets uploaded, which won't be for a few days. But I'm going to show you, just going to see if anybody else is going to come on. And show you guys what I've got, some new things I've got. Molly, you look warm. You look warm, girl. You do. I was looking for a swimming costume for you, and I don't have the swimming costumes. I can't find them. So there is a video out at the moment. I think I've just literally just set it so that you guys can watch it. I've not done the description. I've not done any tags or anything. And it's a tidy up Tuesday for tomorrow. Because we had Jack here, and I had so much piled on my bed in the REBORN's room that I had to sleep on the sofa. Oh my God. Your cottage has turned out even more magical. Oh, it's lovely. I love it. And I mean, look at this. This is a car seat or a high chair. But the lady who I bought it off of, it was used for her son in the car. So that went over the seat in the car, the front seat. And then that's my tiny tears that Debbie gave me. And I found this because getting a tiny tears dummy is really hard to find. So I found this. Isn't that neat? So I put that with her. I was just watching the Tidy Up with Jack and Russ. There is wonderful chaos of fun. Surely it was wonderful chaos of fun, isn't it, Russ? Yeah. He is a little Barbara. We call him a little Barbara around here. So yeah, another thing I was saying is that I've got a new pram frill. And the new pram frill is going to go on here. This is a cot, carry cot. So you had prams, which were bigger, and then you had what was called carry cots on wheels, and they were smaller, cheaper, and that's what I had for my Rebecca in 1988. And also at the time, it was clowns were everywhere, and my dad liked clowns, and I just loved with the bright colours, and so I just did our nursery out in clowns, and hence why people send me clown stuff if they can find it. For the babies. And then this pushchair came out in 1988. This is the Mothercare Champion. That was all bright, because in the 80s it was bright colours, and then in the 90s it became pastel. Everything became pastel colours. But so I've got a new pram frill, and I was wondering if Tracy was going to be on, but she might watch it later then. So my new pram frill has got clowns on, because Sherry keeps asking me to do a lineup of my prams, and I do want to do a lineup of my prams, Sherry. But in what you've done is encouraged me to get on with it and get them how I want them. So all of my pram frills are by, she's on Facebook, Calica, K-A-L-I-K. Hi, Tracy. Oh, Tracy, you need to watch this. Yeah, primary colour, Sherry. That's what I was looking for. So Calico Creations it is, by Joanne Clayton. And you can find her on Facebook. And she makes all the beautiful pram frills I've got. So this is my newest one. And it is in all of the primary colours, but with clown trim. I'm not so keen on the clown in the centre. So this is a bow, and then the clown here clips off. I'm not so keen on that. To me, it's a little bit blingy for me, and it's quite heavy. And Calico Creations live sales, yes, which is another one where you can get them from as well. So I'm not so keen on this, and what I might do is find something more like this to go in there, because this is more my type of thing. Even if I could just find a face or something, like if I could find a wrist rattle would fit on it, and then I could clip that on, so that just clips off. So it's not everybody's cup of tea, because it's so bright and glaring. But it's going to look good on my, well, I hope it's going to look good on my carry cot on wheels. I think it's going to look good on my carry cot on wheels. I think so. So that is the first thing. Yeah, same as you about the middle. Yeah, it's definitely too blingy for me. But like I said, I'm sure you could get a clown rattle like this, like a wrist rattle. Or even if I saw another pair of these, I would cut that off and sew a pin on that and stick that in it. So I think that's what I'm going to do. Look for that. But I do love it. It's what I ordered. I like it. So yeah, really pleased to have another frill. So now we need to have a look at frill for this one. I don't know, maybe I could just go plain on this one. I think the blue one that I've got already doesn't match the colour, same colour blue. But anyway, what we like, we've all got all of our little collections, haven't we? So yes, this is my collection. These are my collections, okay? So I know that there's people talking about reborns at the moment, and they're not therapy dolls. Sorry, but my reborns are. That's why I put that post on Instagram earlier on, because my reborns are. See, it's quite heavy. Can you see it hanging on there? It's actually quite heavy. So I think on my pram, it'll be quite, because my pram's only one of those small carry cots. I think it's going to be too heavy. Like these all go on here nicely, but this is going to drag it down. So I'm definitely going to look for something to change, something to match the ribbon. Well, somebody messaged me and said that, because I've said Annie is my therapy doll, and she is, and she's been with me, and I found her, as you all know. Turn you around. I found her, as you all know, through my therapist, through my counsellor, and so with the help of her. And so it does bug me when people make like sweeping statements about something without experiencing it themselves. And I am so glad that those people haven't experienced it, because I would hate for anybody to go through what I go through and what I've been through, to know how that feels. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? Yeah, but I'm yeah, the snipey comments and that. I mean, I just don't let them get to me any now. But what I don't like is I don't want it to make other people feel bad. So I want other people to know that, yes, and I say it all the time, my therapy, they are my therapy. They really are my therapy. So much so that Russ and I were talking about someone we know is near end of life, and we were talking, and he said, don't know what I do with all your stuff. I said, well, I said, you just get a skip and skip it. And he said, no, he said, I'll get your friends down and they can have a look and tell me what to do with it. He said, I won't want to do that. And then he said, I want to keep Annie. And I'm like, keep Annie? And he said, well, yeah, because she means such a lot to you. And I thought, that is so sweet from the man who was totally embarrassed at the start, didn't get it so much that I would basically said to him, I need to do this. And if we need to split up for me to do this, then I have to, because this is going to help me recover and have some sense of life past 40. I'm just going to, yeah, I'm not on the Wi-Fi. That's fine. That is just, I just could not believe that he would even say that. It shocked me, and it made me like have a little tear in my eye, because right at the start, Russ hated it. And I mean, now he still wouldn't take him out with me in a pushchair. He still wouldn't do that, because it might make him feel uncomfortable if somebody comes over. And so whereas I'm quite happy to talk to people, he's not. So it would make him feel uncomfortable. And I understand that. I love him. I would hate for him to feel uncomfortable. And so there we go. That's how it works for us. Do you know what, Sherry? That really is. If you've watched my videos right from the start, and how I was so upset about how Russ's reaction to it was, and how I knew that this was the right thing for me. Obviously, I didn't want my marriage to end, but I knew that I had to do this. And even if it meant taking us not living in the same house for 6 months, but still staying married, obviously we love each other. Even if it took that, I would have done that, because I've never felt in a position where I could claim myself back until that point. When we got Annie and we started working, and she was making, my counsellor was making it obvious, clear to me how important it is for us to feel our own authentic self, and not to please everybody else, and not to do things for everybody else. And if I'd given up having Annie at the time and taking her to therapy, I was once again giving up because of somebody else. I was letting somebody else control part of my life again. But this time, a real serious part of my life that I needed to help. And that's what reborns have done. Becky, that is amazing. I'm so glad. There's Cindy in here. Hi, Cindy. Hi, lovely to have you in here, darling. Sherry's, your husband had the same reaction at first. Yeah, they just don't get it. And I understand that. He didn't get it. And I understood that. Yeah, just see him with Annie on the sofa while he sits in his chair saying about a cup of tea. Aww. Sherry, you remember. Aww. It's so, I was so emotional after he said that. I couldn't believe that. And I wish that for so many people, because I know so many women. I will meet them at a doll show and they would have sneaked their reborn out of the house because their husband doesn't know about it. And that one lady that did that was just one lady that I talked to that did that was really sad. But as she's not the only one, I've spoken to other ladies whose husband knows about them, but extended family doesn't know about them. And that to me is really sad. So what I'm basically trying to say, and I want to make it really clear, is that you have to find the best therapy tool for you. And if that means a reborn, a life-like reborn, then that is what you need to do. That tiny tears that I've got over there, Jen, that's not Jen. I have Jen. And so my counsellor said to me, bring a doll. Let's see if we can interact with your inner child with a doll. So we brought the doll. I couldn't do that because that was pathetic to me. That was, and I know that people, I thought it would just be people outside this community that wouldn't understand. But it seems that there are people inside the community that don't understand either, that there is a reason. I don't buy mine for collecting. I don't buy them to support the artist. I don't buy them for collecting. I buy them because they look cute, of course. I buy boys and boys and boys and boys because obviously miscarrying all the boys. And I'm never going to get that perfect boy, but I keep trying. And so they are therapy. This here is my collection. These are my collections. These are the things that make my heart give a little skip and a jump. The reborns, yes, they make me smile. Yes, I give them love. Yes, I can cuddle them and that. But this is like, when I find a treasure, it's like, yes, I've got that treasure. When I've sorted a bit of my Sylvanian village out, yes, I've done that bit. And now I can move on to the next. Because after the campsite is done, the retirement home is going to be done. So I'm going to go back now and read your comments that you've made, because I ranted on a lot then, didn't I? As if I'm just the only person in the room here. So we said hi to Cindy. Hi, Cindy. Oh, yes, Cindy, how's your daughter? Oh, I'm probably going to read that, aren't I, further on. I wish we could all chat together. Mind you, we probably wouldn't get a word in edgeways with me. So, hi, Cindy, how's your daughter? Sherry, how's your husband doing? Oh, Sherry, yeah, fair play, absolutely. So, Sweet Tea has a friend who has to hide. Yes, 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 yes. So sad that people have to do that. Yeah, and he's hateful. Well, I tell you what, Russ was pretty hateful at the start. Russ was pretty hateful at the start. Ruth's, yeah, because Ruth lives with her parents, so they're okay. Yes, Ruth, exactly. We've got to be ourselves, our authentic selves, because we can't be happy unless we're being our authentic self. Sherry, yes, do you remember that? Oh, I've forgotten that. Russ at first didn't want your reborns in the front room at the bungalow, and then you sorted them out. Yes. He didn't want any car seats. Yeah, can you remember? I came in and I'd had the car seats and I'd left them. We'd only just moved in. And he was like, They're not staying there. What? Yes, they are. Yeah, yes, they are. Yeah, I understand that, sweet tea. Loss, PTSD, and infertility, and stress. They're such a lush stress reliever, aren't they? Oh, Cindy's daughter is being referred to the cardiologist at the hospital. Well, I hope that doesn't take too long, Cindy, because I know that they are taking their sweet time with things at the moment. But it sounds like Ruth says, it does sound like they are acknowledging that there's something there for her. And Sherry's husband is still awaiting tests. So has he got any clots now, or are all the clots dispersed, and is his blood thin enough so he doesn't get any clots? Because now they have to find out why he's getting the clots, don't they? Oh, Ruthie, I love your ranting. You have confirmed to me that signing up for talking therapy to help with social anxiety, were you going to say? Yes, oh, I'm so proud of you. And when you go in there, you must say exactly, because I didn't speak for a long time when I went in. I used to put my hand in front of my mouth and I wouldn't speak. And the only things I would speak about is if she asked me about my day. And I was a teacher, mind. This sounds pathetic. If I knew my girls had this neurotic, crazy teacher teaching them, I'd be straight up the school. Oh my God. Yeah, I couldn't talk because I'd been told as a child not to say anything. So, that had been implanted in me from like the age of 5 right up to teenager. And so, and reinforced by other people around. So, and Russ started saying, it's like, Caroline, I'm not paying all this money for you to just sit there and say nothing. She's there for you. We're paying her. Just tell her anything. It doesn't matter. Just open your mouth and speak. And so I gradually started doing that, and it did get better. So Ruthie, it's really hard. It is really hard, but they're there to help. They really are. And if you don't get along with your first therapist, there are others, okay? I've always got along with each one. Not before I was 40, right? I've had therapy for many, many years. And back then, I think I found one lady who I really liked, but I just wasn't ready for it then. And so then off we go for another few years, not seeing anybody. And in the end, I'd always made a promise to myself when I was 40 that if I hadn't done anything and reported it before then, I owed it to myself to do it then. It seemed like to me 40 was a grown-up number. It's like, you're 40 now, you're grown up, so get this sorted out. And I reported the crimes the day before my 40th birthday. No, the day before my 41st birthday. It was in my 40th year. The day before my 41st birthday, I reported it. I'm so glad, Ruthie, that you've signed up for that, and I really hope it helps you. But just, they're there to listen, and they're there to help, and they can give you some really, really good techniques. Really good techniques. Sherry, I didn't realize that. It could take a year to dissolve the clots. Whoa. Wow. No wonder it's like a big worry still then. I just thought that, like, you got some clots, you get some medication, it thins your blood out, and then you're fine. Unless there's an underlying problem like my dad had. And they need to find that out first. With my dad, it turned out they gave him wire mesh to open up one of his arteries in his heart during one of his operations. And he started having little TAs, so very, very minimal, minor, little tiny strokes. And it took a lady who specializes in these things that had come over and was doing a tour of England. And the doctor had got my dad in to see him, why my dad was having this. And it turned out the wire mesh, the blood, my dad's sticky blood was sticking to the wire mesh. And then blowing off in clots. And then those clots would gradually make their way to his brain. Yeah. So I didn't realize that clots, I thought they just gave you medication. Well, what they did was take the mesh out in the end. So I didn't realize that. That's scary. My dad had to go to hospital like twice a week and get his blood levels tested. I don't know what it was for. So I remember Tracy's mum. So yeah, your mum found it funny, but your mum found it a bit strange, and your dad. It's so funny that though, Tracy, isn't it? That your mum found it a bit funny. You talked to your dad about it, and your dad didn't like the idea of your mum. It was all very strange how it worked out. Now your mum's like comes to the show. She's got her own pram, like you just said. She's got her bassinet in the lounge. It's so strange how those things are. It is the right thing to do, Ruthie. And do you know why? Because this is your life. This is your life. You don't deserve to sit indoors, be scared to go outside, be scared in a crowd. You don't have to. You don't deserve that. You deserve a happy, fulfilling life. We all deserve that, all of us. And so social anxiety, it can be beaten. It really, really can. And you can do this. You know you can do this. You can do it. We're all rooting for you. We'll all be here behind you. I wonder if our little Walker's in today. Hey, is she here? I'm sure no, I don't think I've said hello to her yet. My therapist used to have the current adult me go back in time, rescue me. Yes. Sherry, that is it. That is the therapy, isn't it? To go back and do it, to go back and but you've got to get the right therapist for that. And luckily, one of our lady doctors knows all about obviously not all about, but trained in dissociative identity disorder, which is what I've got. And she is really supportive of the counselling that I have, because I have private counselling, not NHS counselling now. Right, mesh is used to catch the clots before they get into the heart. Well, they used the mesh to stretch my dad's artery. This is actually what they used. It was a tube like that. And they used it because my dad's arteries, one was too narrow, they couldn't work on. One was closing. So one was naturally narrow, one was closing, and one was working fine. But what they did, it was a circle tube of mesh, and my dad's blood was sticking to that. And actually, they have stopped using that now over here. So I don't know if that's the same thing. People pleasing. Yes, that is the one. That is the one. Do you know, my ex-husband said, because I am a people pleaser, and my ex-husband said to me, like not very long ago, a couple of years ago, because I get on really well with my ex-husband. He's like a cousin. He's like a family member, crap husband, absolute crap husband, but makes like a charming Irish man. All right. That's what I got to say. But he said, Caroline, you got to start thinking, fuck them. Sorry, I swore. Sorry. But there is a really good book out that's called Fuck 'em. And he was telling me all about this book, and I got it, and it is really interesting. It's like nobody matters. Nobody else's thoughts matter. They shouldn't matter, because it's us. It's my life. It's my life. If you're offended by what I do, that's your problem, not mine. If I'm offended by what you do, that's my problem, not yours. We learn these things though. We get to learn those things. And if you've gone through it with anxiety, so now it's just social, you're already winning. You're already winning, girl. Blood thinner is important. Warfarin required blood tests. So my dad went to hospital twice a week to have his done. He had my dad and one of my brothers got tested recently, and he's got the same thing. It's a blood clotting disorder. So their blood is like goes thick, and then it goes really thin, and then it goes really thick, and it goes really thin, It's just they could never get it leveled right. And my dad had his first heart attack at 31, and this brother, so I'm 56, he's 52, and so in his 40s he had his first heart attack, and that's when they like looked into our dad's history. Ah, that's interesting, Sherry. I hope it works well with him. Hope it really does work for him. Yeah, Sherry, absolutely. Naughty. I know, Tracy. But it is a book. It's a genuine book called Fuck It. And Sweet Tea, you're getting that attitude, especially Sweet. My late husband went through that. Oh, I didn't realize you were a widow. Oh, I'm so sorry. As a society, this is Sherry. Sherry's wise words. Sherry, as a society, we are taught to conform to the masses, but it's important to stand for our own truth as long as it doesn't harm anyone. You're absolutely right. So long as it doesn't harm anyone, but we can harm people, can't we, with our words? But I always think that if someone's offended by what I say, I will apologize to them that I've offended them. Because we all have opinions and not everybody thinks the same. So people are going to get offended and irritated and that, aren't they, by other people? So these things happen. Oh, I'm so sorry, Sweet Tea. I didn't realize that you were a widow. A 4, 5, and a 3rd. Oh, those poor kids. Oh, I'm terribly sorry. I didn't realize that. But on a lighter note, you had a good time at the doll show, didn't you? Has anybody watched Sweet Tea's videos? I happened to come across. Yes, Sherry, there is a difference between being deliberately cruel and standing up for yourself. Yes. Yeah, I bet it was, Sweet Tea. That was the hardest bit, was for them and you as the mum watching them go through it. Yeah. Yeah. Well, my nephew died before he was 1. And yes, it was so hard for me watching my sister go through that. Well, one of my sisters, but my closest one, and my children go through that. It was horrendous. And my dad, and oh my God, it was horrible because I'm the eldest. So it was like I'm always been the one that was everybody ran to take charge, and and then I went, fuck it. And got thrown with a shotgun. So there we go. Glad I said fuck it. I should have said it a lot sooner. Right. So here we go. Sweet Tea has had a good time. She's got more. Wow, she did have a good time at the doll show then. Woohoo! You've watched several videos, have you, Sherry? Well, I just because I had Jack last night, so I'm lying in bed with him while he's like nodding off with the earphones on, and I come across a video of a meetup, and I thought, for the Atlanta Doll Show, and I thought, oh, there are bound to be loads of meetups, but I wonder if I could spot our Sweet Tea in it. And I did. And there she was. She was having a meal. They'd all met up and had a meal. So yeah, make sure you watch Sweet Tea's, because she's one of us. Sweet Tea's videos. Make sure you catch up with them. You saw her as well, Sherry. Do you see her having they were all sat having a lunch meal or something, weren't you? Yeah, you were having gravy. Anyway, was it mashed potato and gravy? And that lovely, God, Blythe doll that you got. Wow. So the sister, I grew up with one brother and one sister. And that sister, she was born in the 70s. And she had Blythe dolls that you pull the thing at the back of the neck and their eyes change color. And she had loads of them. So if you think today, wow, because people are like buying the old ones and doing them up. Yours was amazing. Her eyelids, loads of people do the eyelids, don't they? And I used to be fascinated by all the color changes of her eyes. Brilliant. I'm so glad that you had a good time. I'm so glad. I can't wait to ours, Tracy. Woo! You've never seen a Blythe? Wow. Yeah, my sister has had them, but they were not like collector's items. They were kids' toys because you pulled the string on the back and her eyes changed color. They were like a, not like a toy for kids. Oh, a toy that clothes, the clothes for all of them. I'm going to buy some more clothes for Minnie this time at the doll show. Definitely going to be taking Minnie. I don't know which Reborn I'll be taking with me either, and probably none because I hope to get one. Can we just take a moment to appreciate Caroline? Straightened her hair for you all here, because you're going to see in I don't know if I talk about it in the video where I did the tidy up. No, where I did tidy up Tuesday. No, because that was on Sunday. But today I did a video where I changed Henry, and I didn't want any of you to see my hair because my hair. Me and Jack showered last night. This morning, all we did was brush hair and clean teeth. That was it. When my daughter came, my hair was like just all over the place, and I was like, I haven't even managed. I didn't want to put the straighteners on. I was like, I didn't even like manage. And then when Russ came home, so when he went home at about 2:00, and we've had him since Saturday lunchtime. He went home about 2:00 today, and I just clapped on the sofa. And when Russ came home, I was like, I'm just going to do tea, and then I've got to straighten my hair before the live. So this is my straightened hair for you ladies. You see, you inspire me in ways you don't even know how. Poor Russ had to look at a messy hairdo. Oh dear. I definitely don't like getting the straighteners out or getting the iron out. And Jack's here because my youngest daughter had touched the iron when she was a kid, right here. She was a little, she would do everything that she wasn't meant to do. Okay, so she was a monkey, and she touched it. She had a massive blister here. My dad really told me off for like letting her get hurt, and oh my god, I felt so bad. I was crying at the doctors. Terrible mother. Took a long time because it was a real big blister. Oh, so I don't want to put the straighteners on with Jack here. I did do ironing yesterday morning, just a little bit, but Russ was there, so Russ was like keeping him out the way. Thank God. So let me show you these new thing. Oh, where did I just put that? Show you these. Anyway, Chris might have seen these. I don't know about Tracy, but there's a vintage group that a lot of us are in on Facebook, and like I know a lot of the ladies that are in the groups through the Reborns. Look what I got. Got this one. I know he's discolored. I know, and I don't even know what colors he's meant to be. Otherwise, I would have a go at coloring him myself, restoring him. And I suspect he's got lead paint on him at the moment. And it says, made in Ireland. Look at that. It's so big. It's so cute. Whee. I can't see any messages, and I'm sure you must be talking. Is somebody talking? Somebody talking? Let's have a look. Let me turn it. Sometimes it takes a while for your messages to come up. Ah, there we go. Yeah, you saw that, Tracy. I wonder if Chris saw it. Oh, you're so kind about my hair. Thank you. Sherry, we will send out positive thoughts for a 3 to 6 month little girl for you to find. For me to find? Can you tell me which kit you told me about and which kit I've been looking at? Can you remember? Wait until you see the goodies bag. I hope I fit them in. Tracy's got the biggest suitcase I have ever seen to come to the doll show, right? And so much so that she can't come in my car. I can't pick her up from a train station. Well, with my suitcase, my doona, probably take the doona, my doona, her pushchair, her doona, her suitcase. I mean, I don't even think I'd manage to get the suitcase in the car without a lot of huffing and puffing. Oh, you're so sweet about the hair. But I'm just like, it's so funny because I did the Henry of changing Henry today. And I'm like, I really hate it when I watch people change babies and you don't see them. And I understand not everybody likes being on camera, but look at me, I'm a big show off. And so, well, one of my personalities is. And so I thought I'd better just come on and say hello. And my hair is just all over the shop. Oh, what are you saying? What are you saying? Oh, what are you saying? Ellie is a beautiful sculpt. She is a beautiful sculpt. Sweet tea, you already found her, didn't you? Oh, Chris, you were tempted, were you? Well, I didn't realise that she had one extra. So, Chris, I know that you know a lot about the vintagey stuff. I have no idea of where they've come from. No idea era. But this is our Irish. This was made in Ireland. And then these two, I wonder if this is like, kind of like a replica. This was like maybe the original because it's smaller. The pool bit has come out, so you can't attach the string to it. So there's a white horsey. And then this one is yellow, but it's bigger. And the eyes are different. This has got like nice little plastic eyes. This has got googly eyes. I don't know if somebody's added those. I reckon somebody's added those. Do you? They don't have any makers like names or anything underneath them. But I reckon this one is earlier than this one. But I was surprised to see, and you're not going to see it here because it's up in the bungalow and I couldn't prize it off of Timothy, but you'll see it in the video. But it also, I don't know if you noticed, Chris, it came with the dinosaur. I've never seen a dinosaur, plastic dinosaur, and it's red like this. And it's got it's got a pull thing on it. So Jack has been running around with these all weekend because he's been loving them. Russ hasn't because they're so old. They've got like hitchy bits and they've been scratching on our pine, our pine flooring. And I'm like, oh, Russ, let him be, leave him alone. But yes, Chris, so to give you guys an idea of the price, these three plus the dinosaur were £12, which I thought was a great bargain. Absolute bargain. And this one also makes a noise. He's got like a rattle thing in there. I suspect it's a ball bearing, I suspect. This one's just a plain one, plain white. But I'd be interested to date them. So I'm going to just try and see if I can give this one a bit more of a clean up. I'd like to find an original looking one to see what colours it would be, and then I would colour it. I don't care. Because I only use is water-based acrylics, and then if somebody wants to then get it when I'm dead and like take all that off, they can. It's so easy to take off. But yeah, so Jack's played with them all weekend, and so I showed Timothy the dinosaur today. So you're not seeing the dinosaur. Chris resisted. I love Wendy Wu's stuff. When she sorts out her sister's shed, I'm like, what have you got? Exciting, Caroline, but such a tease. Tracy's suitcase comes up to her waist. I can imagine trying to pick you up from the station. No, picking you up from the station, trying to get all that in my little car. With our grocery shopping as well. Oh my God. Oh. To be fair, I think Tracy's doing some goodie bags, I believe. So to be fair to Tracy, I don't think it's all her stuff. I think she's doing goodie bags. But I bet we'll fill it for her to go back. I have a twinkle in my eye. I tell you what. No, I'm not going to show you. I'm not going to show you a picture. Oh, I might. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. Maybe I'll put a poll in our thing to see who wants to know who it is. Or who doesn't? I'm very excited. The vintage ones are from the 50s and 60s. Wow. Well, that's what I was thinking. I'll sand them. So I brought them down here, and I thought I could sit down here and sand them when I've got Jack again Thursday. We've got Jack Thursday night. Yeah. I can sit here and he can play and that, and I can sand them. A real bargain. I know. I could not believe that they were £12. My masterpiece girls would be cute of them. Sweet tea, talking about God, I've got so much to tell you guys. Talking about masterpiece, because I was lying in bed with Jack last night, waiting for him to go to sleep, like you do, rubbing his back, rubbing his feet. Grandma rubs his feet. He likes his feet being rubbed by Grandma. Rubbing his feet, rubbing his back, trying to get him to go to sleep. Help him to go to sleep. I came across another video, and it was about masterpiece dolls being sold over here, because obviously they're not being produced anymore. But these have come from Germany, from a shop that was selling them, and they are still £350 still. I think this lady's got 4, and I was just like, interesting. A big one for Frankie? No. Wendy does, Chris, doesn't she? Have you seen, like, Wendy's sister has got like a whole log cabin, and it's just full. Have you ever seen the pictures of that? It's just full of all vintage stuff all over. Oh, it's amazing. I'd be like, oh, it'd be like a shop. Yes, I love that one. I love that one. Not sure you're going. Oh, Tracy, I don't think you'll fit in the lift. Oh, you want to see. You all want to see. Oh, damn it. You're so cheeky. You saw that, sweetie, did you? Yeah, that is in UK. So that is £350 UK. I think there was one of them. That was the average. I think she had 4 or 5. And it is from, I've been to the shop. It's in York, because my stepson grew up in York. And I've been to her shop, Mary Shortle. That's it. I've been to that shop many times. Never bought a Reborn in there, but been in there and had a look, and maybe bought a jelly cat, something like that. I can't remember. But yeah, it's there. Yes, Ashton Drake, out of your price range, Ruth. Yes, still. And I'm talking like it was 10 years ago, must have been, when I was looking to get one from Nicola's Baby World, or whatever it's called, in Skegness. £500. Oh, sweet. He got a big porcelain girl at the show. Well, didn't it used to be porcelain? Reborn were porcelain as well, weren't they? In clay. I've seen, like, when they've been made in their clay, and I've seen them for sale as well. I'm really looking forward to the show. Mary Shorto looks like paradise. Yeah. And you know, it's not a very big shop. It's not a very big shop, and it is just crammed, crammed with all sorts of dolls and teddy bears, collectibles, all sorts. Yeah, well, you would pay stuff like that over here, yeah. And I'm sure then that's why they cost more in our second-hand market, because they're from Germany after all, and they were never had a massive run of them, but I suppose they came before reborning, didn't they? And so that was what you were going to get as like a realistic toddler, because that's what Sheena had. Sheena had Ashton Drakes when I first met Sheena. I don't know if I know people have asked me if Sheena's going to the show. I don't know if she is going to the show. I don't know. So We might see her there. We might see her there. We might not. But I am, because I'm staying at the hotel this time. I'm staying there from the Friday to the Monday. Woo! Oh, Ruthie, yes. Yeah, I love it too. I do like Mary Shortall. And the Spanish dolls, yes. Kathy Reed, who runs the doll show, she sometimes sells the Spanish dolls. Yeah, they were limited editions. That's right, Sherry. I think they got these. If I believe I'm remembering it correctly, Vicky, who is the daughter of Mary Shortall, she was saying that they got them from a shop over there in Germany. They came from Germany. Oh, are they? Oh, that's interesting. Staying at the hotel is fun. Yeah, staying at the hotel is fun. When I first started going, I started staying at the hotel, and then when I met John and Sheena, I started being friendly with them. It was nice. I absolutely loved John. It was nice to go there, and I guess John was more like the granddad, I guess, that I never had. Oh, he was a lovely, lovely man. So, yeah, and that's when I was, I would then go with Sheena, then and John, and then Sheena with her other friend, and it just started going on like that. But then I started to miss like the events as well at the shows. Last year, I said to Sheena, do you want to come to the Saturday? I'm going to go over on Saturday and say hello to people and that. Do you want to come over then? And she did. Yeah. So that was fine. And that's what I like. It's not just about the show for me. It's not just about seeing the reborns. It's about the whole thing. It's about seeing people that are like me, that feel like me about them. Are they going to be coming with more dolls? They're going to make, I suspect they will make more Masterpiece-like dolls because they're so popular today. So popular, aren't they? Germany's always been the one for the dolls. And the glass eyes and everything that come from Germany are pretty amazing. And then, so before I go, I just wanted to show you one last thing. If I can find it, it's here. I've got this. This is a Tommy Tippy nursery set that has never been opened. So we are going to open it. Look at that. I mean, look at it. It looks like something like that I would give Emma Jane, not like have this from a kid. It's like something I would give Emma Jane. I don't know what year. Does it have a year on it? Nope. 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 Doesn't have a year on it. So this was it. But it's like, it's got, there's the fork and spoon. I mean, don't get me wrong, but it does look like play stuff. Yeah, this is the stuff I would have given Rebecca, because again, this is primary color, so I'm sure this is how old it is. The bib has never been used, and I remember Rebecca having bibs like this, a little design and the little plastic bit on the back to go with the plastic nappy covers, and it's made in Hong Kong, so that is how old it is, before everything went to China. And then the bottle. Oh no, then the teething ring. A little teething ring. It's still got water in it. How's it still got water in it after all these years? But the bottle was what I was fascinated with the most, because it's never been used. And it just says Tommy Tippy. But it looks like something that Emma Jane would have. And guess what it's got on it? Hang on, I'm going to take that whole thing. Look at the teat. Proper old teat. Wow. And back then, when Rebecca was a baby, and I don't know if anybody else could, but where I live in my area, I couldn't get teats. Teats came in one size. And so when the baby got bigger, you had to pierce more holes in the teat with a pin or a needle or something. You know, you had to put it over a flame and then do it. God, what were we like? No, it's not glass, it's plastic. Oh, Libby, I bet that is amazing. I know a lovely lady that used to own the Doll Museum, Petersfield, now has many of them at her home. That is amazing, isn't it? You should ask her to do a video. Okay, so this says 1992, which is about right. Jackal International, 1992. This says made in Thailand, and the bib said made in Hong Kong, didn't it? And that's your little bit of instructions. And it has got clowns on it, but you can actually like feel the join and everything in the bottle. Oh, it's amazing to me. It looks like something that should be given to a child. It doesn't look like something that you would give your kid. Oh, Tommy Tippy nursery gift set for a better start in life. It just looks like real. Rebecca did say that to me, actually, that it's like stuff back then was like young compared to what it is today. Today it just seems I don't know, does it seem a bit more sophisticated to people? Because I often think that. I think like back when I had Rebecca in the late 80s, that things like were fun things. I don't know. I remember doing that too, and then finding out baby wasn't ready for a bigger hole. Yes. Yes, I remember that too. But then, Chris, can you also, I don't know if you were told this, but I was told to put Farley's Rusk in the bottle. You couldn't do that now. I have to go. That's fine, Sherry. We're going now. I know. We all just carry on. I encourage you, don't I, by yipping. See you next week, Sherry. I hope you don't have too much of a stressful week with hubby. We'll be thinking of you. And yes, Chris, we used to put Farley's Rusks. It was baby rice came out for I didn't have baby rice until my next one was born, which was 94. But Rebecca had Farley's Rusks, and it was put it in her bottle. You're not allowed to do that now. That's overfeeding. I don't know how these kids survived what we did to them. Lead paint. Holes that they could get their necks and their arms stuck in the cribs. I love Farley's Rusks too now. Jack never liked him. How dare he? Farley's Rusks are the best. Yes, or baby rice. Yeah, well, we couldn't get baby rice in our local shop. It was Farley's Rusks. So I don't know if they had like a thing with Farley's Rusks, but it was our local shop. And so you couldn't get them there, but you couldn't get baby rice. But when when Kerry was born, I'd moved to the town then, and I could go to the bigger Boots and that then, and I got baby rice. No having to wear seat belts. I know. Well, in that seat back there that lady said she had used for her son. Her son was 60 when I bought that. So I was like, oh my God. Chris, I remember my mum putting a spoon of butter in my brother's bottle to make it more nourishing. Oh my gosh. It's so crazy to me now because Rebecca has shown me studies and that have been done on the link to adult obesity and childhood overfeeding. And I can see that now when she was telling me all about like baby led weaning and that. And of course I was like, yeah, right, whoa, whatever. But she was like, no, mum, seriously. She said, have a read of these. And I was like, and I love that sort of stuff. I love reading studies and things anyway. And I was like, wow, that is really interesting. Yeah, I can see. Anyway, that's it, guys. Gonna have to go. Oh my God. So there's already the video up that you can watch now is Tidy Up Tuesday. I've had three, this video was for 3 people who'd asked me about storage ideas. So that's really why I'm talking about the boxes and things, the bags and that in there. Bag snap that I used. Plus I had to clear the bed off anyway. God, what am I like? And that video, and then I've got the video showing these toys and a little bit, just a little bit extra video on that, and changing Henry. So I've already got like a few videos ready to come out this week. But yeah, everybody have a bloody good week. You deserve it. I deserve it. We deserve it. This is our one life. One life. And like, I'm 56 now, and I'm thinking, one life. Come on. Yes, everybody stay safe. Becky, I hope you're starting to feel better as well. I know who isn't here. Sky, who did the walk last week. Bye, Cindy. Bye, Libby. Oh, well, have a nice time, Tracy, visiting your parents. We've got Jack. There's Wednesday night and Saturday night, I think. I think it's Wednesday and Saturday, or it's Thursday and Saturday. No, Thursday night and Saturday. I don't know. We got Jack two more nights this week anyway. Lots of love and prayers for everybody. Exactly, Ruth. Mwah. Oh, Rachel. Hi, Rachel. Did I say hello to you at the start? I think I did, didn't I? But you're one of the quiet ones and you listen. So have a good weekend, Rachel, as well. Have a good week. I think the weather's going to turn for us this week, but never mind. Sleep peacefully, Chris. That's Bye, everybody. See you next week. Thank you very much for joining me. You're always my inspiration. So thank you so much. See, I straightened my hair. It's looking better for me husband tonight. Bye, guys.